I'm here at Brown Creek. It is a beautiful day out. It's like 25 degrees. And look at this. The first really warm day of the year. And there's still some snow on the ground, as you can see, but I could be wearing shorts right now. River's pretty loud, so I'm sorry if that messes up the audio. But Brown Creek, back again. I was here a few months ago, well, more than a few months ago, and didn't really find anything. This ridge right here, this is where all the apparent activity has been coming from in this area. So strange noises. In this campground that I'm at, you can see there's like a table here. It's an actual campground. Rob from the Alberta SASQUATCH organization had activity in this campground. You know, he had rocks being thrown into his camp during a rainstorm in the night, and so apparently it's a pretty high activity area, and other people have had encounters and experiences. About a kilometer up the road from here, apparently a truck driver seen one. It crossed the road right in front of his truck, ran right across the road, and that was at like 3 in the afternoon in broad daylight. I think it was back in 2012 is what the report said, but very interesting. So they have been actually seen here, visual sightings. That one was apparently 7 to 8 feet tall, reddish brown hair. One really interesting thing that Ken Walker told me when I was interviewing him is that along these rivers in this area, if there's like rock piles on the shores, he claims that that means they're in the area. They put these rock piles up, and there, I can see there's rock piles further down the creek there. Now those could just be here from last summer. Like, this is a campground, so obviously people are gonna be down by the river doing stuff, you know, playing in the water and whatnot. So I can't really take that as any sort of sign or proof that they're here, just because of the location I'm in and its proximity to, you know, the campground. Anyways, I'm gonna gear up, get some equipment together, fill up my pack full of stuff, filming gear and gifting gifts, and then I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna hike up that slope, and what I'm really hoping to find is tree structures, like undeniable tree structures, because I still personally haven't found anything too convincing yet. I know there's some in the area. Straight that way, as the crow flies, is the Alberta habituation site, where you see on all the other documentaries the famous tree structures, you know, where Todd Standing took Bindernagel and Jeff Meldrum, and it's very close to here. So I'm hoping on this ridge, somewhere up there, I'm hoping to find some sort of structures, a good location to set up my gifting station. You know, I'm kind of new at this gifting thing, so I want a really good location. I am gonna set up an IR camera, because what's the point of setting up this gifting station if I have no way of knowing what came? I always say it's better to have a camera out than not, because if you don't have your camera out, you have zero chance of capturing anything on camera. So I actually have been listening to some of you guys. I went out and got the old cheesy looking GoPro chest harness, and I'm gonna wear this when I'm up on the ridge. So I'm constantly filming what's in front of me while I'm filming myself with my main camera. I feel like it's just gonna be annoying wearing it, but what the heck. Got too much stuff. Way too much stuff. You know, a lot of people knock on anyone who carries any kind of firearm when they're looking for Sasquatch. You know, they say they can identify a firearm. I've always followed the idea that they can basically sense your intentions and can just tell if you mean harm. And I don't intend to shoot any Sasquatch. I just want to protect myself from wild animals, so that's why I have this. It's literally been like 3 minutes since I last had the camera on. I can verify that with the GoPro video. But I'm just looking ahead about 50 feet. And I don't know for sure yet. I have to go up and explore. But it looks like a tree structure from here. And like I was here earlier in the winter, and I didn't see this. I didn't see this one. So I don't know if I just moved past it without noticing, or if it's new. But I'll show you, I'll try and show you here what I see. I don't know if you saw that. I actually have to turn the image stabilization on my camera. I forgot to turn it on, but I'm gonna do that right now, and I'll continue recording. Just give me a moment. Okay, so I'm gonna walk up to this structure. GoPro's running, so you'll see the whole thing, and we're gonna find out if it's a real one. And I'm very excited and nervous at the same time, so here we go. I don't think it was anything special. It was an illusion. I thought there was more sticks in this thing than there actually is. You can see. These two trees have fallen. There's one here. They kind of crossed through each other, and there's one in the back, further back, that I thought was part of this group, but it's not. It's about 15 feet behind, and there's this one coming across. Looks natural to me. This one I can't say is anything related to Bigfoot. Unfortunately, I got excited there for a second, and maybe you did too, and I'm sorry. One day soon I'll get a tree structure, I'm hoping. Looks like they were just growing there. There are some big ass mosquitoes flying around right now. I can't believe it. It's the end of April. I don't know. They're huge. They got me. They got me. They must be from last year. Like, do mosquitoes do that thing that flies do, where when it gets really cold they go to sleep? They sleep for the winter? Well, I made it to the top. Back to the location I was at earlier. And this is gonna be where I leave my gifts. So, I've never done this before, so this is a whole new thing for me. A lot of people are doing it. They'll leave little trinkets out. Little trinkets out. Little trinkets out. Little trinkets out. I don't know if that picked up. Something creaking or cracking. Anyways. Oh, the mosquitoes here. I swear I need birdshot to get rid of them. They're huge. Yeah, people leave little things out as gifts. They'll make little things out of twigs and they'll leave them out, and in return the Sasquatch apparently will come and they'll leave something, or they'll kind of manipulate whatever the researchers left out. So like I said earlier, this gifting thing is totally new to me. I don't really know how to go about it, but from what I see in other videos, other researchers, they'll leave little trinkets out, or they'll make things out of like twigs or, you know, more natural items. And they'll leave them out at these locations that the Sasquatch are supposed to frequent. And they'll come in at night, they'll mess things around, or they'll leave their own gifts in return. I don't know why people aren't setting up trail cameras at their gifting stations. The only explanation that I can say is that they don't want them to be able to see the IR light, or they think the Sasquatch can see the IR light. And what's really the point? I don't understand what the point is. If you're not going to put a camera out, you have zero chances of getting any kind of proof. Unfortunately, filming these gifts that you left out and what they apparently left back in return, filming that is not evidence enough to prove the existence of Sasquatch. Like, that's just the way it is. You need photos, videos of the actual creature. So if you can get video of the creature coming in and leaving a gift, that would be huge. If they're actually leaving these gifts. So I'm gonna set up a trail camera here because I want that video proof. And hey, if it can see the IR light and I don't get a photo, whatever, at least I have a chance. My gifts are a bit different. A friend of mine from the States, his name's Peter Shank, owns a company, and it's called the Modern Day Mystic. That's the name of his company, and he creates these items that apparently give off like a high vibrational energy, I guess is one way to say it. I don't understand it completely, but he sent these items to me. This is one of them, and it's really heavy. It's made of copper and silver. It's called a harmonic field amplifier. Like, it's a really hefty piece of metal that I had to hike up here. But the funny thing, he sent this to me to try out for gifting specifically. And you know, he said, take these things, put them out, see what happens. You know, people are leaving out like twigs and other, you know, everyday objects as gifts. Like, try these items that, you know, give off these energies. And I'm not like a interdimensional Bigfoot guy, you guys know that. I think those theories are ridiculous, or the alien Bigfoot theories and all that Dr. Matt Johnson baloney. I don't buy into any of that kind of stuff, but items like this are like very interesting. I feel like if there is any sort of Sasquatch around here, they're going to be more curious in something like this. I mean, this got sent across the border, and when it got to Canada, customs ripped through the package, and when they cleared it through customs, they wrote on the package electronic apparatus for this item, this piece of, I guess it's because it's a piece of copper, but I thought that was really funny. Maybe it does have some kind of special energy, but we're gonna try it out, and I'm gonna leave it here for like a week, maybe two, depends when I can come back here, but I'm gonna leave it on this log here. I also have these pyramids that he creates and sells as well. They're called I Am pyramids. And they're 3D printed, but they actually have metal in them, which is, I find kind of bizarre. I didn't know you could 3D print like metal objects. Very cool. They're actually pretty heavy. And I have two of them, and I'm going to leave them here as well. Just, they're very interesting, you know. You hear lots of myths and legends that pyramids hold some sort of, you know, power. I mean, a lot of ancient cultures utilize the pyramid shape for all kinds of things. You know, we know that there's pyramids found all over the world. The strongest structure, the pyramid. So we're going to leave these. So right now I'm standing right next to the gifts because I want the camera to take a shot of me, the trail camera, to give a sense of perspective and to show my height next to this tree, next to the gifts, you know, in case something does come to take them. If they come up this slope, I think we have a good chance. I have these objects here, but they're not just going to do any good sitting here without, you know, letting whatever's around know they're here. Last time I was here, I brought this singing bowl. I think it's just a cool item, and I think it's kind of relative to what I have here set up as gifts. Objects like this singing bowl give off sounds, sound frequencies, and, you know, different vibrations. So I think if I ring this thing out before I leave, it'll alert any kind of being, you know, to this location. And if Sasquatch can detect like infrared light, you know, maybe it can sense these objects. I'm willing to try anything. That's why I have this singing bowl, but I'm still at the same time trying to stay away from like the interdimensional Bigfoot and the cloaking Bigfoot and those wild theories, because I do think it's an actual creature, flesh and blood. I don't know if you guys just heard that sound. It sounded like it was behind me. Look, I got goosebumps. Sounded really weird. I was just getting some B-roll, some shots of these items that I'm gifting. It was coming from down there somewhere on the other side of the hill. It's like creepily quiet right now, kind of eerie. But I'm gonna pack up here quickly. I might take a detour on the backside of this hill here on the way back, just to see if there's anything.